Okay, guys, for the next step, we're getting there. We're close. So what we have so far is the bottom two are solved, and we have our yellow cross. We happen to have yellow corners here, but we don't need them there. We have a yellow cross. So for this next step, the white is still going to be on the bottom and the yellow is going to be on the top. We are working on getting these corners into the correct position. And this is kind of a two-step deal. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to see if our corners are in the correct position. Not necessarily the correct orientation, but the correct position. So for example, this corner should be green, red, yellow, and it is. So this is in the correct position, and it's also in the correct orientation, which is great. But if we were to have something like this, for example, in this corner, we would want this corner to be a green, orange, yellow corner, and it is. It's green, orange, yellow. So it's in the correct position. It's just not orientated correctly because we'd actually want this to be kind of rotated that way. So correct position, not correct orientation, but right now we're not worried about the orientation, just the position. So this one is good. This one is not good. Orange, blue, yellow would need to be over here. This one is also not in the correct place. This should be a blue, red, yellow, and it is not. So if you move it, so in that position, in this case, we had one that was right and three that were wrong. If we were to turn it once this way, we would be a little bit better off because now this one should be blue, red, yellow, and it's blue, red, yellow. It's not orientated correctly. That doesn't matter. It's in the correct position. If we turn this way, we have red, green, yellow. This one is correct. Orientation and position, which is great. So now these two are correct. This one is not. Orange and blue should be here, and green and orange should be here. So these two should be swapped. So before you get started, kind of turn this right side a little bit. I'm sorry, the top side. Turn the top side a little bit and just see if you can get two that are wrong and two that are right. So in this case, these two are right, these two are wrong. So the two that need to be swapped, we're going to hold on the right side. We are going to do the right algorithm 3 times. One, 2, 3. 3 times. Then we're going to turn the whole cube to the right. And then we're going to do the left algorithm 3 times. Okay. Now let's see what we have. We're going to turn this red, blue, yellow. Okay, right position. Green, red, yellow, right position. Orange, green, that's in the correct position. Bonus that it's orientated correctly. And this, right position and right orientation. Bonus. You might get them in the right position, all 4 in the right position, and they're all orientated incorrectly, which is totally okay. Now this is the first part of this step, is getting them in the right positions, and that's how you do it. Sometimes what you would find, now when we did this, these two were correct and these two were wrong. Sometimes you might find that the opposite ones are correct or wrong. So maybe these two are correct and these two need to be swapped. That's totally fine. What you would do is you would hold it, since they're diagonals, it doesn't matter. Do the same thing. Right algorithm 3 times, turn it to the right, left algorithm 3 times. After that, what you're going to find is that they become 2 right on one side and 2 wrong on one side, like what we started with, and then you'll do it again. So in that case, you'll do that 3, turn, 3, twice if they're diagonal. But in our case, we had them on each side. We only had to do it once. Okay? Now, we are going to turn the whole cube over. So now the yellow is going to be on the bottom and the white is going to be on the top. Okay. This is going to be very similar to when we did the corners on an earlier step, these bottom corners. Except for that, before, these corners weren't solved and now they are. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold it. It doesn't matter which way you start, which side. We are going to find one that is orientated incorrectly. This yellow needs to be down here. So we're going to have it in this position where it's in the bottom right. And we are going to do our right algorithm until it moves into the correct orientation with yellow on the bottom. These two are already right, and we know that it's already in the right place. We just need to get it switched. So we're going to do the right algorithm until we switch, okay? Now we're going to hold this, and we're going to turn this bottom until we move this other incorrect one into this same bottom right position. Now, it's looking like the rest of our cube is coming undone. Don't worry. It's not a big deal. This bottom corner, we're going to do the right algorithm until the yellow falls into the correct position. You might only have to do that once. You might have to do it for all four corners until the yellow is all orientated correctly. If the yellow is on the bottom, this corner has to be orientated correctly. So we're not worried about which color is up here, if it's switched. We want the yellow on the bottom. Okay? When you have gotten all four of these corners with yellow on the bottom, you are done with this step. And when you turn it, all that remains is this center until it's solved.